This is Katie Schrock, and she's doing what most kids do. She's riding her bike. But we didn't visit with Katie because she can ride on 2 wheels. We stopped by to see her because she can ride on 4. You see, Katie is a champion racer. With help from her dad and younger brother Michael, Katie built a car and competed in the local St. Louis Soapbox Derby competition. And she won.
Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go!
Katie competed in the Super Stock division, winning 13 out of 14 races.
This is the trophy I got.
And by doing so, she got the opportunity to represent St. Louis at the All-American Soapbox Derby competition in Akron, Ohio.
He's up and flying as he guns a car around the track. He's jamming down the pedal like he's never coming back. Adventure's waiting just ahead.
Katie was chosen to drive over her brother based on seniority. She's the oldest. But they did form a partnership when it came to building the car. But just like any partnership, there's compromise.
It certainly can be a challenge for the kids, and that was really part of the purpose of the parental purpose of getting involved this year, was to throw the 2 older ones, Katie and Michael, together to cooperate on this process.
Well, we built the car together, and then when it was time to pick the paint colors, he wanted green and yellow, and I wanted silver and blue. But we went with my colors. And then he wanted to paint a design that I didn't really like, but we did his design, but then we added a little of my design too. You actually get a kit. They give you a piece of wood and a body and all the pieces that you need, and then you put it together.
And how much time does that take?
Well, it kind of depends on how fast you do it. For us, it took maybe 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months?
Yeah, we got it for Christmas, and then the race was in June.
Actually, 4 to 5 months really isn't that long, considering this was a weekend and after-school project. The kit comes with all the basic materials, a polyethylene shell, wood floorboard, and all the components that go into the axles, wheels, brakes, and steering mechanism. I was told that any kind of do-it-yourselfer can put the car together, although there are a lot of small parts to keep track of, and each of them serves a specific function, and there are strict rules and guidelines.
The cars are very strictly built according to what's available in the kit, with essentially no deviation permitted.
Here's the catch. The guidelines are very specific. The materials in the kit are all you get. Besides paint scheme and decor, there isn't much one can do to differentiate one car from the next. So is winning just luck?
Well, for some reason Katie won the 13 out of 14 trips down the hill, I think, was her record. So there was something else going on, systematically different. Driver skill, driver position, aerodynamics, that's what they have at their control.
Kids across the country have been competing to be the best soapbox derby driver for nearly 8 decades. And while the mission of teaching youngsters some basic workmanship skills remains the same, the rules and materials have been modernized.
This is a complete brake and steering assembly.
This is Charlie Dayton, and when he began racing in the 1940s, the cars were built from scratch.
Back then, I mean, you could still find wooden crates, okay? Now, it wasn't square, and it wasn't a box. You could take these crates apart and construct a race car. And you could also use aluminum, or tin, and bend it around some forms to create some aerodynamics and race cars.
My father raced soapbox back in its early days. We have the old pictures that we were aware of and his stories. Back then, the racing was on Highway 40, back before it was an interstate.
That was my era.
Oh yeah, you raced down the highway?
Yes, I did. Down from 1948 until 1951. I raced.
What did they do, shut it down?
The highway actually ended at Clayton Road, and then it picked up again at Brentwood Boulevard. There was a gap in there that for years, there was no Highway 40. So it was pretty easy for them to stop, divert the traffic, and they used the arena as an impound area for the inspections and to hold the race cars.
Today, the Soapbox Derby competes locally in the Hill neighborhood of St. Louis, and that's where Katie won the opportunity to compete in Akron. Unfortunately, she didn't win the big prize there, but there's always next year, and it looks like she won't be the only one in our family enjoying the ride.
I think the interest level may require 2 cars. And
Expanding.
And they've got the experience to do this a little bit more efficiently.
So the compromise becomes competition.
I think so.
Go Speed Racer.